Welcome to the channel, welcome to the flight deck of our Airbus A320. For today we're gonna do another episode in the It Never Fails series. If you're new to the channel or maybe new to the series, I'll be flying a regular kind of 1 hour flight. Today we'll be flying from Boston to Halifax. But what will be different is that I'm gonna crank out the failures, so we will most likely endure a few failures. And if you saw our last live stream, it seems like the electrical gremlins were out in full force, and so we'll see what happens today. So thank you guys for joining. In the interest of time, I already configured the aircraft. We're here at the gate, Charlie 14 in Boston. The weather's really nice, 23 degrees. Should be a smooth, good flight to Halifax. So what we're using today is the ProSim software with our Scalarkey full-size A320 cockpit in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 using a GSX, which reminds me we should probably go ahead and request boarding real quick. It should be JetBlue. There we go. We're flying a JetBlue flight today. And I'm also using SayIntentions, not only for the cabin crew, for the ATC, but also kind of exploring their new traffic features that adds IFR traffic. It's still in beta. They're improving it quite rapidly, but if you notice some issues here and there, that's kind of the nature of the beta. So we already loaded our fuel. I can start our APU real quick.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
There we go. And the seatbelt sign is on as we're completely fueled. And I already requested our pre-departure clearance, and actually that's a new feature. If you want to take a quick look here on the DCDU, we've been cleared to Halifax via the Lobster 8 departure. Maintain 5000s, and that's on the FCU, and departure will be on 118.25. Squawk 5275, that's in the box. And we'll expect runway 27. So mentioning SayIntention, this has been a frequent question, is do they use real-world traffic? Do they use real-world airport configuration? And basically the answer is they're using realistic traffic that is based on the real-world schedule, but injected under the control of their ATC so that they can handle sequencing you and making sure you get a slot being for arrival or takeoff. And also the runway usage is based on kind of preferential airport configuration up to a certain tailwind component. So don't be surprised, we are going to use runway 27 unless they've changed the configuration. I think that's a 2 or 3 knots tailwind, but that's totally acceptable. Alright, but thank you once again for joining. Let's start setting up the failures. That's the fun part, right? That's why you guys came on board. So if you remember, part of this series is giving you, the audience, and especially the live audience in the chat, the opportunity to influence what's happening in the plane. So the failures in the ProSim A320 are grouped by broad categories. So if you guys would want to see me activate some specific failure, such as maybe with the hydraulic or navigation, autoflight, things like that, please say so in the chat. And if not, I'll simply ask our lovely lead flight attendant to pick up some random groups of failures and then program them in the system. I will set them up so that they only start occurring shortly after takeoff, so that we don't get something on the ground and just need to return to the gate, which is not really particularly interesting. Alright, so with this being said, I think we are, as I mentioned, configure. We are loading our passengers in the back. So the other aspect I mentioned, the influence the live chat could have on the failures, but the other aspect is that through a little challenge last live stream, to see if we could reach at least 10% of viewers giving us a like. So if you're in the stream right now, don't be shy, join the chat and hit that like buttons, because the challenge was that if we were able to reach 10%, I would add additional failures such as flight controls, landing gears, and brakes. So I checked the result right before starting this chat, and we certainly had good participation, but we fell a little short of our 10% goal. I think we were at like 8%. So don't despair. Here's your next chance. You know, if you're watching this live stream after the fact, you can still influence the future failures. If you want to see me broadening the scope, and in the future even including things like fire and engine issues, make sure to hit the like button. So that makes a difference for the channel. So appreciate that. All right. So at this point, let's see how boarding is going in the back. Hi, Erica. How are things in the back?
Everything is going smoothly in the back, Captain. Passengers are boarding and stowing their luggage without any issues.
All right. Little does she know. So, as I mentioned, SayIntentions provide also the cabin crew that you just heard, and they have a new API. So let me try. Actually, I think I can have her say a few things here. Let's see if that works. Kind of exploring this, and right after that we're gonna go ahead and set up the failure. So let me already load that screen here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard JetBlue Airways Flight 86, departing from Boston to Halifax. We would like to inform you that this flight will be streamed live on YouTube, so please be on your best behavior. Thank you for choosing to fly with us today.
There you go. Thank you, Erica. Lovely. Hi, Erica. Would you mind giving me 3 random numbers between 1 and 9, please? All right, here we go. Let's see
Sure, Captain.
what we'll be cooking.
Here are 3 random numbers: 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 7 o'clock.
Okay. 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock, and 7 o'clock. I don't know why she added a clock there, but that works. 2, 5, and 7. So 2 is going to be auto flight, so things like your auto thrust, autopilot, the flight augmentation computer. 5 is hydraulic, so that's always exciting. And 7 was the last number, so that's going to be displays. Alright, so luckily we have some backup here, but not sure I want to jump on the empty seat, an empty right seat here, but alright, let's set this up. So, auto flight. Oh, don't tell me this is the same issue. I tested it before. Setting up the failure is actually giving me more challenge than the actual failure. Alright, let me go ahead and do that on the other computer. I'll be right back. That should be much faster.
Delta A330 on your left.
Give way to the Delta A330, American 3287.
United 414, push and start approved. United 414.
Ground, JetBlue 552, taxi to the gate.
JetBlue 552, taxi to parking via Zulu Alpha.
Zulu Alpha, JetBlue 552.
Okay, we are back in business. I had tested that to make sure we didn't have the same problem, but wouldn't be a live stream without a little glitch here and there. So what I was doing was just selecting all the feature, which made me a little nervous there. There was plenty of things that I had to activate, but anyway. I need to figure out why I'm not seeing the chat here, guys, because I'd love to interact with you. You would think it would be easy. The challenge is that I don't have a Windows computer around here. There's plenty of computers left and right running actually 3 computers running the cockpit. There we go. I think this is better. Yeah, I don't know why the overview didn't give me that. Okay, so I appreciate you guys sticking around, giving us the thumbs up here and there, and failures have been armed. So at this point, APU has been on for a while. I think we're pretty much fully boarded. Let's look. Door situation, yeah, I think we can go ahead and close all that. Okay, we can disconnect for the external power. Tell the guys to remove that. Close everything. And let's get going. Put our transponder on. A flight plan here, but it did get changed a little bit. Let's make sure everything looks okay. Cockpit prep. I still have to put the sign, the beacons. Just want to fly away. Gear pins and covers have been removed. Signs are on auto. The ADIRs are on nav. Been drifting a little bit while I was sitting here on the ground, but nothing to worry about. Fuel quantity, everything's looking good and balanced with a 5.9 tons. Takeoff data have been uploaded. 130-130-133, flaps 1, X57. Bearer F3044, that was a while ago. I don't know if the meter changed, but or the ADIS changed, but it should be good. Okay, windows and doors are as closed as they'll ever be. The beacon is on. Thrust lever are idles. Parking brake is set. So let's go ahead and hopefully we can get a slot. Get our push and start. So we're on ground. Boston ground, good morning. JetBlue 83 at stand Charlie 14, requesting push and start.
JetBlue 86, push and start approved. Tail north.
Push and start approved, tail north, JetBlue 86. Okay. Let's go. So that would be nose left.
Release parking brakes, please.
Hi, parking brake is coming off.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Wonderful. We have bleed pressure. Let's start number 1.
Southwest 1440, ready to taxi.
Runway 27 via Alpha Bravo.
Alright,
Kilo
so
Mike,
if you
Echo
just
Papa
join
Delta,
us,
cross runway 4
perfect
right,
timing.
cross runway 15
We
right,
are
your
pushing
discretion.
back from the gate. And as you may know, in this type of flight, several random failures will inevitably occur.
Departing from Boston to
Today
Halifax.
on the menu, thanks
Our
to
captain for this
Erica,
flight is Captain
our
Tango.
lead flight attendant, our
First
purser,
officer
picked
is Lorenzo
failure among
Singh.
auto flight
Joining us in the
hydraulic,
captain's day are my fellow crew members,
and what's
Sarah,
technically
flying
called
engine
indicating
support.
recording, which is
We
mostly
expect
a
our flight time
display
to be
screen. So
approximately 55 minutes. Now,
let's
go
see
over some
how
important
that
safety
goes.
information.
Alright, we have a good start
Please
on
ensure your
number
seatbelt
1. Let's
is
start
pressed
number
low and
2.
tight across
My
your lap.
attention has to
To unfasten,
be
simply
divided.
lift the buckle.
Hi,
Prevent the loss of
JJ,
cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop down
Good
from the
morning.
cabin above.
Thanks for joining us. Much appreciated. I know you have been a few for streams, so shout out to AJJ. Alright, number 2 is starting. Ideally, what I'd like to do in the future, as you can tell, first officer here, aptly named Nowhere to be Seen. Parking brake is set. I'm not sure that's what I was expecting in terms of pushback, but I guess we'll turn around the alley here. Oh, I didn't know they would push us on the alley. Maybe I should have gone nose right. Anyway, we're nimble. We'll do a quick turnaround. One more reason to use the tiller to its full potential. Okay, so I was talking about dividing my attention. In the future, I'd love to have first officer to help me, especially when we face those failures for the ECAM and status and coming up with a plan and anything that ends up with me hand flying. That's always a challenge. But for now, this is what we got. Well, this is what we got. So.
Left is clear, right is clear.
All right. The tug is coming back. We can do the after start flow really quick here. We're 1.9 up. We'll start the chrono. Different people have different habits. Personally, I use the main clock for the pushback, block off, block on. See you next time. And I use the chrono here for the warm-up time. Okay, nobody is close. We can put the weather radar on. Are we blocking anybody? I don't think so. I have to start checklist. Anti-ice is not required. ECAM status is normal. Thrust, pitch trim is 0.9. There we go. It's set and cross-checked, and rudder trim is 0. Let's do a quick flight control because I want to be fully concentrated on the taxi. It's Boston, it's going to be busy. Alright, so full left, full right, full up, full down, and the rudder with the pedal disconnect, full right, full left, all good. Perfect. Flight instruments, everything looks good. The briefing, we're expecting runway 27 and the Lobster 8. There's a few altitude constraints, but nothing too crazy. And prior to starting the stream, I have verified them in the box, so everything should be good. Flap setting, we want 1, we got 1, yes, that is what we want, perfect. V-speeds are in, ATC is set, ECAM memo, we can do it already. Take off all green. Alright, let's start the fun taxiing in Boston, that's gonna be something. Ground the JetBlue 83 ready, correction, JetBlue 86 ready for taxi. Alright, we're gonna be bombarded.
JetBlue 86, taxi to runway 27 via Alpha, Charlie, cross runway 4 left, then cross runway 4 right, then Delta, cross runway 33 left at your discretion.
Wonderful. Taxi to runway 27 via Alpha, Charlie, cross runway 4 left, then cross runway 4 right, then Delta, cross runway 33 left at our discretion, JetBlue 86. Okay, Alpha, Charlie, 4 left. Sometimes the hardest part of the flight is the taxiing. Alpha, Charlie, 4 left. Hold on 1 second. Where do they want us to cross? Alpha, Charlie, 4 left, and cross 4 right, then Delta. Okay, got you. Alright, so let's go. Let's go. Taxi lights on. We're gonna do a little loop-to-loop around here.
American 1438, taxi to parking via Zulu Alpha Echo.
Zulu Alpha Echo, American 1438.
It's almost like VetSim. Some voices are a little loud. Okay. Don't mind me. GSX pushed us. Well, they pushed us in the direction I asked for. I can't totally complain here. Alright, if you're in the back of the aircraft, I hope you're enjoying the little spin here. JetBlue loves donuts, so doing donuts on the ground. Okay, now I can finally see there's no traffic there, that's good. Okay, so come out of the alley, right on Alpha, left on Charlie, cross for left. Hey, American and TWA colors. Very nice. So one thing I noticed is you don't, I mean you might hear, oh, he's gonna stop for us? I love it. Or not. Alright, American. You have the right of way. So that's one thing they're still working on. It's the sequencing both in the air and ground, SayIntentions. So I'm gonna let this guy go. And I have heard instruction, you know, give way, hold position, give way this or that company traffic, but I don't think I've ever been issued an instruction like that. So, but I'm sure it's coming. As I mentioned, these guys have been rapidly fixing bugs, adding features.
JetBlue 641 ready for pushback. JetBlue 641 cleared for push and start. Pushback approved. JetBlue 641.
All right. There's a decent amount of traffic here in Boston. Like it should be, I'm sure. I don't have it full, like, max. I think I have it on either 5 or 7 on the scale. Okay, so, is that guy pushing back? Hopefully... Yep, that's another thing. Hopefully he'll stay over there. Famous last word. So we're in Alpha. Next one is Charlie. So that's our exit. Alright. I don't want to clip your wing, friend. I'm sorry. Okay, Charlie it is. And we got... That's another thing. I don't think they would give you 3 runway clearance as part of your taxi instruction. But... Or runway crossing clearance. Charlie. Alright, left on Charlie. Okay, we're landing on 27. Should probably be my own ATC before crossing those runways. Okay, here's for left. Let's see if I can take a peek here. I think we might be safe to cross both. I mean, I do have a nice 180-degree view, but that's mostly I can see the end of the 04 left, but not the 22 right. And
Ground JetBlue 418, taxi to parking.
JetBlue 418,
okay,
taxi
safely
to parking via
cross
Bravo,
here.
Charlie.
Bravo Charlie, JetBlue 418.
American 1188 ready for push and start.
And if you guys recently joined the stream, just a quick reminder, the whole exercise here is based on a bunch of random failure being activated. This is kind of part of my learning process. I'm not a real-world pilot. I'm just enjoying flight sim, and with my engineering background, I love digging into the systems and faults and failures. So it's a little daunting when you look at the documentation, be it the FCOM, the MEL, things like that, QRH. Having random failure trigger, for example, on the last live stream with all the electrical failure, that was my cue to go look at that in a little bit more of detail. So, oh, there's a little step onto that runway. Thank you, Microsoft. Alright, we crossing for right safely.
American 1188 ready to taxi.
American 1188, taxi to runway 15 right.
Alright,
Alpha
step
Lima.
down. Just a reminder to turn off all these lights, I guess.
Lima, American 1188.
Okay, how are we doing here? It's on the other side of 4 right on Charlie, so we'll join Delta. And then we were given clearance to cross 33 left. That's another thing we'll take a look at before crossing. Or maybe we can ask. Let's see what ATC will do. Alright, let's ding cabin. Cabin crew, take your seats for departure.
Cabin crew, take seats for departure.
644, ready to taxi. Delta 644, taxi to runway 4 right via Echo Alpha Bravo. 4 right via Echo Alpha Bravo Delta 644.
Do I see something coming in? An aircraft coming on final? I'm not sure. Well, let's see. Ground JetBlue 86. Can you please confirm that we're clear to cross runway 33 left at Delta? Alright, let's see. That's one of the benefits with the AI SayIntention is that
affirmative, clear to cross runway 33 left at Delta.
clear to cross runway 33 left at Delta, JetBlue 86. Perfect. Now,
JetBlue 86, clear to cross runway 33 left at
okay.
Delta.
I thought I keyed it. Clear to cross runway 33 left at Delta, JetBlue 86. Okay, so that's our third and last runway crossing. We'll go join the southwest at the end of runway 27. Oh, another step function. Lovely. Okay, we're safely on the other side. Yeah, there was an aircraft on the approach path of 33 left, but still miles away. Okay, let's put the TCAS on. Might as well put the traffic mode on. Better situational awareness. Okay, and we got Delta, so that's all the way out. Did that Southwest just disappear? You don't have to do that for me, I'm happy to wait. Oh no, he disappeared because he started rolling. That makes sense. He might have crossed the landing traffic on 22 left, but hey, who am I to worry about that?
American 1505, ready for pushback.
American 1505, pushback approved.
Push and start approved.
Alright, we should switch to tower. Could have done that a little earlier.
Ladies and
Then
gentlemen, we have been cleared for
11825.
takeoff. Please ensure your seatbelts are fastened and your seats are in the upright position. We hope you enjoy the flight.
Yeah, here's the landing traffic. Okay, I can still see the line there. Well, is that the right frequency? I think it's correct. Oh man, there's a million planes landing here. Let's see, I want to make sure I'm on tower. Yep. Logan Tower, JetBlue 86, holding short 27 at Delta, ready for departure.
JetBlue 86, Boston Tower, runway 27, wind 080 at 8. RNAV Kira cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, runway 27, JetBlue 86. Did you repeat the RNAV? Kira? That is not what I was cleared for. That might get exciting. Alright, let's put the lights on. We've been cleared for takeoff.
1188, contact departure. Switching to departure, American 1188.
Wish me luck, good luck, bad luck, any luck. We'll see what the random failures gods have in store for us. Alright, runway 27 confirmed. Be a little too late now, but
Southwest 2512, contact ground on 121.75.
plenty of time for engine warm-up.
2512.
Wonderful. Alright, well, let's go. Chrono. Man Flex 57 SRS, runway auto thrust is blue. Trust set. Hundred knots checked. A V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Hey, at least we made it off the ground. I'm gonna jinx it, of course. Alright, left turn. And the wind is
Contact departure.
over to departure, JetBlue 86. Lever climb, fly the plane first. Boston departure, JetBlue 86, passing 2000 for 5000.
JetBlue
JetBlue 86, Boston departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 5,000 direct Kira.
Direct Kira and climb and maintain 5,000 JetBlue 86. Alright, we made it. So far, so good. If it gets really busy, one feature of SayIntention is the co-pilot. For now, it's mostly limited.
JetBlue 86, climb and maintain flight level 210.
Climb and maintain flight level 210, JetBlue 86. Alright, let's put the nose down. S-speed, flaps up, speed check. So, if it gets really busy, I might transfer the comm to my lovely, invisible first officer. I think there's some weather moving up slowly to Boston, but luckily we should be out of here before it turns into any issue. Alright, so after takeoff checklist,
American
packs are
1424,
on,
proceed direct sandbar. Cleared for the RNAV Yankee runway 22 left approach.
gears are up,
Descend
flaps
and
are
maintain 2,000
retracted,
until
and we're still
established.
below 18,000, so
Down to 2,000.
wait a little bit for
Yankee runway.
standard.
Left approach. American 1424.
JetBlue 1310, direct Cohasset. Cleared for the ILS runway 33 left approach. Descend and maintain altitude 3,000 until established. Down to 3,000, cleared for the ILS runway 33 left approach, JetBlue 1310. JetBlue 1310, contact Boston Tower on 128.8. Over to Boston Tower on 128.8, JetBlue 1310.
Okay, I'm still flying manually. If it was a straight out departure, I might have put the autopilot, but here
Departure.
I
Delta
like
644,
hand flying.
2,000 for 4,000.
Delta 644, radar contact, climb and maintain 5,000.
Up to 5,000 Delta.
And who knows?
644.
Okay, we're passing 10
Delta
lights
1440,
can
contact
come
Boston
off.
Center on 134.7. JetBlue
Put the
86, climb
autopilot.
and maintain flight level 270. Delta 640.
Switching to Boston departure on 118.25. Delta 644 at 1,000.
Climb and maintain flight level 270, JetBlue 86.
Safe
Alright,
altitude and the use of electronic
we
devices
are
is
past
permitted.
10,000.
Feel free to connect to our onboard Wi-Fi service if you wish. We hope you enjoy the flight as we make our way
Definitely
to
quite a bit
Halifax.
of traffic around here, which is really nice.
Delta 644, direct Rahel, cleared for the ILS runway 4 approach.
Let's
Descend
do
and
the
maintain
little
1800 until
check here and
established.
clean up past 10,000. So flight plan, just make sure there's no disco, everything is good. Right nav, I didn't use any hard
Delta
tuned
644, contact LaGuardia Tower on 118.7.
radio navigation as it's our nav departure. Progress, we can keep Boston for now. We can switch to airport. If we have an issue, Boston is our logical place to go. Perf, all good. Fuel prediction, we have only an extra not 20 minutes. Okay, that's something to keep in mind. Secondary flight plan, I'll copy the active. I had put a return to the field, but now that we would have time to figure out the plan. Alright, it might get busy, so if you guys in chat have any questions for me about the cockpit, about the A320, my flight sim experience, please go ahead and drop a note in chat. This is a good time before it gets too crazy.
American 1505, radar
And it
contact,
gets me
climb and
every
maintain
time, you
12,
know.
1000.
Just flying like I do all my other flights, everything seems good. I'm like, did I really arm the failure? Is it really gonna happen?
American
Then if you
1505,
remember our
contact
last
Boston departure on
stream,
118.25.
basically we had electrical failure, and they kind of stacked up on each other. At one point in time, I think all my screens were dead.
Climb and maintain flight level 330.
Climb and maintain flight level 330, JetBlue 86. Alright, 330.
American 1505
We're going 35 if I remember, yeah.
1505 radar contact.
Alright, there's some traffic here.
Over to Boston Center on 133.325 shy, American 1505.
Yeah, I can see over there. It's just passing.
1505, climb and maintain flight level 240.
Okay, we're headed to Lobster.
Flight level 240.
Could use a lobster roll right now. Oh, Jason, thanks for joining first. Asking, is this a build your own sim? Yes and no. I mean, I had prior experience with smaller GA plane where I kind of build from switches and wood panels. That was before 3D printing and all that good stuff. But this one is actually mostly directly purchased.
Contact Boston Center on 133.325.
Boston approach, United 721,
Man,
10,000.
I can't put a word in.
Radar contact.
133325 for Boston Center, JetBlue 86. 133325. Boston Center, JetBlue 86, passing flight level 196 for flight level 330.
JetBlue 86, Boston Center, good afternoon.
Alright, we're on the right frequency. It's always good. Sometimes I missed it. Yes, to go back to Jason's question, I purchased pretty much the entire cockpit with the major exception of the seat from a company in Germany called Vier-Im-Pott. They do resell the electronic modules from Scalarkey. So all the MCDU, DCDUs, you know, all the radios, the throttle, the overhead, the FCU, that's all from
JetBlue 86, Boston Center, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Scalarkey. Climb and maintain flight level 350, JetBlue 86. Vier-Im-Pott then provides the structure, so all the metal part, the MIP, but also the rudder, the tiller, the side sticks, the side base. That's all from them. Scalarkey has their own option, but for convenience, I mean, I bought mine roughly 4 years ago, so it was convenient to get kind of everything from a single supplier. Let me see, actually, can I have... Forgot to have the bot join the chat. Let me see if that works.
Southwest 1918, contact Boston approach on 124.9er.
Wonder if you can do... exclamation...
Over to Boston approach on 124.9er, Southwest 1918.
Was that not the right command? Ah, there you go. Well, that's... okay, there you go. Oh, Crafty was faster than me. Well done, Crafty. Well done. Alright, so we're happily climbing. So what are our options should something happen? Right? You never know. That's why I like to keep it random. We just passed Lobster. How are we doing on fuel? I know probably not getting a fuel leak today, but that's something I should probably get in the habit of checking. Lobster 8 at Lobster. Would be 5 tons remaining with 5.3.9 used. we have used less than, yeah, 0.6, 0.7. Okay, all good. Well, thanks again, guys and gals, for joining the stream. Really appreciate it. This is also, in addition to enjoying the failure, this is also an opportunity for me to kind of get the rust off in terms of streaming as we approach our annual World Flight event. If you're not familiar with World Flight, that's a week-long charity event on Vier-Im-Pott the first week of November, where owners of full-size cockpit fly. This year I think it's 45 legs non-stop. We have 45 minutes turnaround, so that adds up to close to 40,000 nautical miles. So this will be the 4th year for Team GL A320. We're a slightly different team compared to the other ones. It keep climbing at 1,000 feet here. It gets a little mushy around the flight level 270-280. So I'll trade off a little speed for continuing the climb, especially it's relatively short flight. So yeah, back to World Flight. We're streaming. We'll be flying 13 legs. The team here, based in the U.S. As I mentioned, we have a slightly different team, as I fly with 3 additional cockpit owners. They all have the same A320 full-size cockpit. So that's the aircraft we fly. They're based in Germany, so that's a little convenient. I kind of fill in at night time for them. And we go around the clock for 7 days around the world, raising money for charity. So very fun event. We get full VATSIM coverage. There is sometimes more than 100 other virtual pilots joining us on some of these legs, so it gets a little hectic. But as I said, this is what got me into streaming, really, for World Flight and supporting the Corporate Angel Network charity. So if you're curious, we posted the link to the website, so you can go check it out. The route was just announced at Flight Sim Expo, and the team has been working on kind of divvying up the legs. I think our schedule this year is not too bad. Sometimes we fly until 2 or 3 in the morning local time. Still can't complain compared to the other teams, as those guys have only one sim and it's 24/7, so somebody's got to fly at 2, 3, 4 in the morning. So for a week, it's a cool event. It's a unique adventure, and it certainly creates some very strong bonds among the team members, and then with other teams. I had the pleasure to hang out with members of the Cali crew team, so shout out in advance to the Cali crew team. Jason says, I'm going to support you for World Flight. Well, much appreciated. That having people in chat, some of these flights are 2, 3, 4 hours long, so always helps us to have people coming in, even if you can only join for 10 minutes or an hour or for the full flight. We start to recognize some of those names year after year, including people like Zippy Zapple, which I met in person at Flight Sim Expo. So there's an example of how the event goes well beyond the 1 week. We build a lifelong friendship. So First Officer Kraft and myself last year had the opportunity to meet 2 of our team members in Germany. Alright, we are climbing, and you guys might be wondering, well, is anything going to happen? That's usually when I say that suddenly I'm not touching anything. You can see this is all randomly created and triggered by the ProSim instructing operator station. Alright, yes, wrong side. I met wrong side too, AJJ. Zippy was there, Chaos from the Fly-By-Wire team. And then I met Shane and his wife, who are kind of part of the I don't know, leadership, management team, whatever you want to call it, of the Cali crew. So that was exciting, not only meeting fellow World Flight participants, but also meeting someone who is a real-world pilot for a major U.S. airline. So
JetBlue 86, expect the Fundy 5 arrival. Anticipate descent in about 20 minutes.
Alright, JetBlue 86 should pay attention. We will expect the Fundy 5 arrival, JetBlue 86. Okay, just a friendly reminder, we need to kind of start looking. Fundy 5...
JetBlue 86, roger, Fundy 5 arrival expected.
Okay. Sometime, might be some... Yes, I hope to meet you next year for Flight Sim Expo in Minneapolis or St. Paul. I plan on being there. So Fundy, did I say Fundy 6 or Fundy 5? Fundy 5, right? Fundy 5 is what we were expecting. That's good. Can close this. Let's get the ATIS. It is, so we're going, Halifax is Charlie, Yankee Hotel Zulu, one arrival, although I don't think it matters. See what the weather is doing and what runway they are using. Can request it through ATSU, which is kind of convenient. Here's the uplink, okay. You can also, as you get closer, tune to that frequency and listen to the ATIS. Alright, let's print that. Everybody's favorite feature, the thermal printer. And also something you can add to your home-built cockpit pretty easily. Alright, so Halifax at time 1600, so that's 27 minutes ago, wind 040 at 11, gusting 20. Alright. Visibility 10, sky condition, view at 6,000. I'll give it to you here so you can read it too. View clouds at 6,000, temperature 240.7, altimeter 3039er. Yeah, it's been high pressure. I don't know if you noticed, Boston was like 3044. Cool. What do we have? We have information Gulf, arriving and departing runway 5 and 14. So we would expect runway 5. So let's put that in the box, at least the Fundy 5. One thing I discovered not too long ago is that you can actually put the star without entering the approach. By default, it shows the approach page, but if you use the right arrow, as indicated in the top right of the MCDU screen, you can actually move to the stars. So you could add just the Fundy 5. Personally, I like to already anticipate. So let's put an RNAV, Fundy 5. Transition, we're coming from Alex, right? That's where we're headed to. And the VS. Well, I haven't entered that in Navigraph yet. Outcast? Alright, it's all kind of temporary. Okay, it's asking me to put heading track because we were already headed to Alex. So select heading track first, then you can insert it, and then you go back to manage. So here we go. Here, as we were headed to Alex, it wouldn't be a problem, but sometimes you make those change, particularly runway changes, and keep the star, and you're already on the star, so it reinsert the entire start, and that started, way back. So okay, so I'm sure people are like, where are the failures? Well, Hey, I'm okay with a quiet flight, but some of those don't necessarily trigger an ECAM. Some of those can just kind of lurk on you on approach or landing.
Boston Delta 107.
So we're reaching cruise. We'll put our TCAS to below, because if we have to do something, it's most likely rapid descent. So I like to see the traffic below me. Whereas if you, for the climb I was on above, and you can see how it changed the information on the ND. Alright, so 30, was it 3039er? Yeah, 39er is the QNH, temperature 24, very nice. And the winds, actually, yeah, I don't know where it loaded it from originally, but that's not the case. 40 at 11, gusting 20, but in the Airbus you only have to put the, at least it's my understanding, you only have to put the stable component, not the gusting. The approach speed will be managed by the airplane to take that into account. With the ground, it's called Ground Speed Mini. So if you're curious about that, just Google Ground Speed Mini A320. There's some good videos out there. Question from Jason: how do you get the plane drawing to show on your TCAS? That is a recently new feature from ProSim. I don't know if it ported to Phoenix, as most of you guys know that. Oh, there we go. So auto-flight rudder trim 2 fault. I did jinx that. Alright, okay, clear auto-flight. Yeah, luckily we have a rudder trim 1, so we'll rely on the redundancy. It didn't bring up any page. So I'm still learning a little bit about the color coding. Obviously some ECAM messages are red, some are amber, like this one, but then for the amber one, they might or might not come, I believe, with the master caution. So let's clear the auto flight. That's the ECAM clear. The status, I mean, before that I don't have OEB, I don't have circuit breakers or things like that. But status, we're now downgraded to Cat 3 single. Luckily the weather is good in Halifax. So Cat 3 dual is in up, and rudder trim, I'll give you a view of that, the ECAM pages. I wonder if it shows on the flight control page. Nope. Okay, alright. It's part of the auto flight features and failures, so we'll keep on going. I wanted to look at the approach, although we haven't received a particular approach quite yet. Okay, our top of descent is still a good way. If we had an issue, I'm not super familiar with this region, or this part of the US. Is Portland? Yeah, Portland, Maine would be a possible option. Is that Bangor? Okay, let's see how far that would be. Okay, 16 nautical miles. Yeah, we're passing it on our left wing. Not too much over water. No, that's not okay. So to go back to Jason's question, this is a feature of ProSim. I do not know if it's available on Phoenix. It's pretty cool. It adds an entry in the overall MCDU menu for traffic. So if I press and select traffic, it will show you a page. There's still a few possible improvement in terms of, I think the call sign should be indicated, not the airline names, but you can turn that feature on and off. This is all based on simulating a DSB data. So if I turn it, oh, did we just lose that traffic? Interesting. I wonder if the range is different. I'm not sure why it disappeared. If I okay, but yes, it by turning the traffic on, it changed the symbology. So at the center of the aircraft, we can't really see it right now, but it would still use the traditional kind of what is it, diamond shape with the color coding. But the real value is adding this little pictogram of the aircraft, which indicates the direction of flight, which is so helpful. Yes, you can kind of build a mental picture, but I can tell you on arrival, when you are when your heading is changing and try to figure out if that's departing aircraft or arriving aircraft and how you're gonna get sequenced, it's so useful. Then on in addition to that, you can actually select the plane and it would give you a lot more information, including, you can read it, but bearing distance, the wake turbulence category, so this is a heavy, relative altitude, which is what is displayed at -65, that's 6,500. Yeah, I think there's a discrepancy, that's interesting. That has to do with the pressure and the standard flight level, but ground speed, their vertical speed, and then if you select that, that gets even added to the ND. So I'm glad you caught that, Jason, because that is an interesting feature. Now I believe that aircrafts that are equipped, all right, we'll come back to that. Master caution. What's happening now? Clear master caution. Okay, we have a hydraulic blue reservoir overheat. Blue electric pump off. So let's verify we have a fault on the blue electric pump. I know you guys can't see it, but it's a guarded switch, so we typically confirm with our non-existent first officer and follow the ECAM. So blue electric pump off. Blue electric pump is off. So it automatically, alright, master caution, clear master caution. So by turning it off, the blue system pressure is now low. The blue, as indicated by the bottom ECAM page, as you probably know, is one of the 3 hydraulic system. So it's not a double but a triple redundancy on most major, modern airliners. So we have the green, which is really all hanging from engine 1. You have the yellow, which is hanging from engine 2. Then the blue one is powered by or pressurized. The hydraulic circuit is pressurized by an electric pump. And apparently we had, so there's a hydraulic fluid reservoir that gave us a overheat issue, so we had turned it off. So the consequence of me turning it off as per the ECAM is that now you can see the pump, instead of being green and the valve or the status where the valve, I think that's a valve, instead of being in line with the circuit, it's at 90 degree, showing that it's not providing the hydraulic pressure, and we can see the overheat. Quantities are fine, but little reservoir has been overheating. Okay, we'll clear that. And looking at the associated issue now, we have flight control. The blue hydraulic is providing redundancy to a lot of, pretty much every system, the ailerons, the elevators, the rudder, and also to the speed brakes. So we lost our number 3 speed brakes. Not critical, but something to keep in mind. Alright, we'll clear flight control. So approach procedure, blue overheat out, blue electric pump on auto. So we might be allowed to turn it back on. We'll have to apply landing distance procedure. Slats are going to be slow and we Cat 3 single, but that was coming from the trim. So our in-up systems are blue hydraulic, spoiler 3, Cat 3 dual, blue electric pump, and rudder trim 2, which was the first one. Alright. I told you. You don't have to wait too long. Okay, let's remember to fly the plane here. See on top of descent. And we have a message. Company message. That's probably just our... Oh, that's... Okay, we got a gate assignment. Expect gate 15 at the terminal. Okay. That's a... day, 2 day... Oh.
Contact Moncton Center on 135.2.
It's a very recent feature they added to SayIntentions. 135.2 for Moncton Center, JetBlue 86. Alright, 1352. Moncton Center. Oh, master caution. Auto flight, autopilot off. There we go. Okay, clear master caution. Alright, I guess I'm gonna have to justify. So Macal cruise nav. Did we lose our autopilot 1? Let's see if autopilot 2. Alright. That's something I learned. In the past I would have flown the rest of the flight on manually. But some of these autopilot failures are just they can be caused by some of the system, like the FAC and similar, and that would, you know, impact both autopilot, or it can be just autopilot 1. What's interesting is that so we got, let's recall that. Yeah, we just got the autopilot disconnect and no ECAM message. I guess autopilot 1 is taking the day off. Alright, well, let's focus on our arrival into Halifax, making sure things don't get too crazy. So with that in the box, I don't think I put... let's tentatively put minimum based on the RNAV Yankee. We might get the VOR, we might approach. I don't think there's an ILS. So that would require RNP of 0.15 with a minimum of 733. Okay, 733, that's 284 feet above the threshold. The airport elevation is 477. The MSA around the airport is 2200. So, okay, and we are almost done with the little bit of water crossing. Okay. Alright, let's put our destination here in the box. And I apologize if I'm ignoring chat, but you know, fly the plane first, right? No, don't be dyslexic. I don't want to fly another 2,000 miles with that. Alright. Okay, so hopefully they'll have us started descending. And yes, Jason, I saw your comment about how you can use some tricks about the rings.
Center, descend via Fundy 5 into Halifax.
Descend via Fundy 5 into Halifax, JetBlue 86. Okay, so I'm not super interested in that particular... Oh, no. Oh! No. Traffic. We'll just deselect that for now. Okay, we'll start our descent. Should have looked at some altitude constraint or not. Right now, oddcast above 3000. Yeah, that the 25 Alex transition doesn't have too much going on. So we had at Movox and then oddcast, assuming we get runway 5, and that would give us max 200, and it's an at or above, but I'm gonna hard code it at 3000 for now. Okay, and the timing of the top of descent was pretty good, so. And here you can see how convenient it is to have the little pictogram for the airplane, because I can dissociate between traffic that is flowing and or flying in our direction and traffic that is coming our way. Alright, we join our descent profile. Okay, so if at all possible we would like to use runway 5, that is the longest runway in Halifax. It's a 10,500 feet runway compared to 7,700 for runway 14. And they said they were using both, right, on the ATIS. Runway 5 and runway 14. 14 has an ILS, I believe, but we're happy to take 5, plus it's convenient to get to the terminal. Now, 10.5 is pretty long. Still, we should do our due diligence in terms of the landing distance here. So ProSim uses the same EFB as Phoenix, if you guys have the Phoenix aircraft. So I have that on my tablet, which means I can go to the arrival performance page into Halifax. There was no rain and all that, so good is good. Runway 5, apply a METAR, and landing weight, let's use 59.3. Can't be that far from that. Right now our approach speed 134. Let's bump that just a tad with these gusty wind, although once again I would expect the ground speed mini to take good care of us. Okay, that's on low auto brake. I don't know, reverser. What's our situation on the reverser? We're good, right? Yeah, it's just the spoiler. So we'll have to enter that. Let's put the credit for max reverser, manual land, flaps full, auto thrust on. Alright, flight control system. Was it flight control or hydraulic? That has the... okay, that's the recall. Yeah, auto flight, rudder trim 2 fault. So it would be here probably. Okay, 1 spoiler fault. Okay, that's all we need. Okay, they recommend brake max manual. Alright. Yeah, our landing distance is like 4,000 feet. And that's with max manual. Okay. So far so good. In our last live stream with all the... oh shoot, I put 27 randomly, almost. That's not good airmanship. Let's keep our descent. Let's go open thrust idle, open descent. How bad did I... 2,000 feet above. Oopsie. No, we can help that with higher cost in... ooh, gee, is it that high? Well, that's a big change. I want to go a little faster so we can descend and go back. Usually I don't use the speed brake until if I see a vertical deviation here on the MCDU greater than 1,000 feet. It's just kind of what has worked well for me. Okay, we should get back on. We should be able to get back on track without speed brake. And 320 is a good speed, right, on the A320. Okay, so what is going on with our plane? Coming in at BAVD. Let me bring the Fundy 5 arrival chart on my tablet here. So we headed to BAVD. The max 265 is only for the hold. There is a hold there, but don't worry about that. How are we doing? Yeah, we're gonna catch it. I don't want to come in too hot in terms of the speed, but okay, now that we're closer, we can try to get an updated ATIS, which I should be able to get the frequency straight from the chart. That's the beauty of using 1210. Let's put that in COM2. That's another nice feature of SayIntentions, is that both COM1 and COM2 work, so I can listen and I can use the volume knob on the ACP. Okay, Sierra it is now? I think they still have a hard time sequencing properly there, because it was information golf when I got the telex request via ATSU.
Visibility 10. Sky conditions. View at 6,000 feet. Temperature 24. Dew point 7. Altimeter 3039er. Density altitude 1200 feet. Arriving and departing runways 514.
Okay.
Advise on course heading.
3039, we can keep that in the eyes. There we go. Standard 17.1. We would cross check that. That's all good. Alright, let's go back to guard.
JetBlue 86, contact Halifax approach on 118.7.
That's us, 118.7. 118.7 for approach, JetBlue 86. So right now, there's a mode in SayIntention where you can be strict about your readback, but that then enters the territory of improper voice recognition sometimes, so it gets... I haven't tried really, but I've heard it can get tricky. So here, even if I were to do an incorrect readback, he wouldn't correct me. Approach, good afternoon, JetBlue 86, descending through altitude 13,000. Okay, we're inbound MOVAX. I should have told him with information Sierra.
JetBlue 86, Halifax approach identified. Good afternoon, Halifax, altimeter 30.39er.
Okay.
Expect the ILS runway 14 approach into Halifax via motor.
Alright. Approach, we're dealing with some abnormals here. Would it be possible to get runway 05 instead? See if they're accommodating. I mean, we haven't declared an emergency or anything like that. I don't think there would be a reason, but he's thinking about it. He's thinking hard about it.
JetBlue 86, runway 05 is available. Cleared for ILS approach runway 05.
Is there an ILS? Thank you. Cleared ILS approach runway 05, JetBlue 86. That was a VOR. Hold on. You start slowing down. Okay, never released the peep of this fasten seatbelt sign, but that's alright. I want to make sure I reach 10,250. Continue our descent. So let's copy the active and secondary and mock. So 1.4 has an ILS, 2.3 has an ILS. There's a localizer. I mean, we could fly the localizer. Let's see. Okay, flight plan. Arrival, we'll change it to the localizer. Fundy, Alex, Via. What makes sense here? Let me update that. Navigraph says localizer runway 05. Yeah, change to final, but then there's 2 initial approach fixes. Look at the chart. Horror? No, Oddcast is okay. No Via is fine. Temporary insert, like I mentioned before. Now we wait on the star, so select heading, done, temporary, okay, and return to that. We were still a little bit in the turn, but that's all good. Okay, we can activate the approach. Confirmed. Now, oh, no, oh, hold on, that's why you do it. And I did it incorrectly, that's why you have to re-enter direct Oddcast. Okay, how far are we? 25 nautical miles. Might be time to slow down to 230. Falling behind. Alright. Open descent. Will that do? We'll see. Maybe keep 2-4. Yeah, localizer, runway 05. Missed approach, is climb to 3000, heading 053, expect vector. And the minimum on that one is 760. So we need to update that as we changed our approach procedure. Well. So, Oddcast, which is at almost 12 DME from IHZ. Let's check that in the RadNav page. IGX is correct. 109.9 is correct. Front course, the chart has 53, this one is 51. It might be the scenery I'm using. Alright, it's time to start slowing down with the speed brakes. Yeah, and we can... Would the middle one typically extend? I believe so. So the blue... said we could turn it back on. Are we still overheating that poor little guy? We are still overheating it, so yeah, let's be safe and keep it like this. IHZ. That's no, it's not interesting. Not in database. Wonder if that information is a little old. Anyway, let's not worry too much about that. Okay, we have the airport in sight. Let's continue slowing down. Okay, so we'll go direct Oddcast. Need to slow down to 200. Be at 3,000 ideally. Recommended. That's interesting on the chart. Okay, we have the runway in sight, so that's good. We've done our landing distance calculation. Let's go. Let's get on the ground before any other gremlins decide to ruin the fan here. Alright. Slow down to 200. Hey, I'll have to be... What? Wind shear? Where did I hear that from? Is that active sky? Yeah, I know it should be a memory item or not. Alright, well, I'll study that for next time, chat. I promise. Oh, where's the beginning? At 9.5? I don't get any localizer. Let's go flaps 1. .5 from IHZ. One option, but I don't think it's gonna take it here. Yeah, there you go.
JetBlue 86,
Let's put
contact
6.
Halifax Tower on 118.4.
Tower 118.4, JetBlue 86. Yeah, there's a lot of work just alone. Okay. I know it doesn't support the... What's the wind doing? It's down the runway, 13, it's fluctuating. Should descend to 18. You know what, chat? If we get another wind shear, we'll go mist. Alright, looks like, yeah, we never descended fast enough. Anyway, we're high. Clearly got behind. Generous giving me a plus 1800, but like we're 1,000 feet too high. And we have the wind shear. Alright, this is not looking good. Alright, so let's go back. Level. And Tower JetBlue 86 going around.
JetBlue 86, Halifax Tower, roger. Execute missed approach procedure, climb altitude 5,000, contact departure on 118.25.
Execute missed approach, climb 5,000, and contact departure on 118.25, JetBlue 86. Alright, so we're climbing, we can clean this up a little more. 118.25. Well, hold on.
JetBlue 86, wind 360 at 11. Runway 5 cleared to land.
Yeah, that's wrong. Whoa, what's happening? Oh, I'm still... Gee. Captain Tango. Okay, let's put the autopilot off. We'll do 210. Okay. Departure JetBlue 86 on the missed approach. I don't know if he's gonna vector me.
Good afternoon, Halifax altimeter 30.39er.
Alright, the mist is just runway heading, so that's relatively easy. Okay, we can accelerate to 220. Boys, that wasn't clean, but alright, we're still in the air. Halifax approach, could we get vector for another attempt at the landing on the runway 05, please? Let's see if that works.
JetBlue 86. Something went wrong on this end and I wasn't able to do the math on the vectoring approach.
Alright.
This has been reported as bug, but you'll need to get yourself to the approach fix.
Alright, no worries. We can do that. Let's turn left 320. Let's go for the RNAV this time. No star. Well, that wasn't pretty. It's the captain failure more than the plane failure. RNAV. Let's do RNAV Yankee. That was the logical transition, but that is. Does it have another? Well, you will go Gosuk. Let's try that. Just clean up a little bit the fix I had put. I have to review that supposed ILS, which is really not an ILS. Alright, let's pretend we're vector turn left heading 280. It extended the flap, so that's why we got the status page. GoSup is mandatory 5000 at max 210. Alright, let's get there a little faster, but then we'll slow down. Alright. Approach JetBlue 86 requesting direct GoSup for the RNAV Yankee runway 05 if at all possible. We'll see. We might have to turn that guy off. They've been so focused on traffic.
JetBlue 86, direct GoSup approved for the RNAV Yankee approach to runway 05.
Direct GoSup approved, JetBlue 86. Great. Direct GoSup. Okay. Well, I got distracted with the wind shear. We were a little high and fast, and it doesn't take long before I'm 1,000 feet too high, 6 miles out, so I have to figure out where the wind shear. I don't know if you guys heard the wind shear alert, but I suspect they were coming from active sky, which I'm using only. It does not control the weather. I'm using live weather in Microsoft 2020, but I do use active skies so that it, in case of precipitation, it does give you some rendition of the weather. Doesn't necessarily match exactly for sure what 2020 has, but it at least paints something, which for me is better than nothing. Alright, let's slow down to 210. RNAV, we're back to 733. There's a minimum RNP requirement, which is 0.15. So we'll put that. Oh, it's just 0.2. Well, let's do 0.1 to be on the safe side then. Okay, alright, let's go flaps 1, slow down, and we'll start our descent. Ultimately we need to be at 1800. This time need to be a little proactive. Did he technically clear us for the RNAV? The direct was approved for the RNAV. I don't think technically we're clear, but practically we'll say we are. Okay. I'm showing the same challenge of descending. Maybe I shouldn't have slowed down to to S speed here. We'll catch back on profile. Okay, so as a reminder, we have low pressure on the blue hydraulic, so spoiler 3 are going to be slow. AP1 is out, we're Cat 3 dual only, not a factor here, and we had that rudder trim issue. Yeah, let's get on the ground. Gear down, that always helps. It didn't help enough last time, but okay, turning final, I have the runway in sight. Still trying our best to catch up with the profile here. Should switch us to tower at one point in time. Might do it manually. The ATC might be confused.
$2,000.
Alright, we'll be at 1800, spoiler armed.
JetBlue 86, contact Halifax Tower on 118.4.
Okay. Tower 118.4, JetBlue 86. Tower JetBlue 86, RNAV Yankee runway 05.
JetBlue 86, Halifax Tower, roger, continue approach.
Continue approach, JetBlue 86. Alright, let's arm the approach. Final app. I've had issues when I was flying it after a missed approach, but hopefully this time. Okay, flaps 2, speed check, flaps 2. 160. Clear for approach. Make sure everybody's seated. 3000. Although they gave us 5, but I'm pretty sure it's 3000. Okay. Oh, it doesn't want to go managed. Flaps 3. There we go, managed. What's our approach? Had bumped it. Yeah, 135, that's good. A little late to be stable, but the runway there. Almost home. I know this was not necessarily as exciting as the electrical failure, but believe me, I am not complaining. And I'm sure in a future episode, all hell is gonna break loose. Alright, autopilot off. He hasn't technically cleared us.
Minimum.
Tower JetBlue 86, short final. Wow, the wind is doing things.
200.
JetBlue 86, wind 360 at 17, runway 05, cleared to land.
100.
Clear to land, runway 05, JetBlue 86.
40. 30.
Alright, let's put it
20,
down. Let's put it
retard.
down.
5.
A little sporty there. Oh boy. Alright, reverser green on both. Spoilers except number 3, which is as expected. Decelerating. And we can roll out. Alright. And we had been cleared to land. put it on taxi for now. Okay, we were given gate 15, I believe. Can we exit here? Start the APU. Vacate left. And there's traffic as well. Very nice.
Welcome to Halifax. Contact ground on 121.9er.
Ground on 121.9er, JetBlue 86. Dash 8. Halifax ground, good afternoon, JetBlue 86, taxi to gate 15. Okay, we can clean up. That is starting this off the runway.
Taxi to terminal gate 15 via Delta. Have a great day.
Gate 15 via Delta, JetBlue 86. So the taxi instructions are based on a feature they call Taxi Tuner, and that allows users to define parking and gate. Is it just gate 15? Yeah, it's a heavy, but that's fine. And Air North is totally fine. Okay, we are on Delta. Hopefully gate 15 is not occupied. It appears to be free. Very good. I should stop the chrono, start this one. Good to see some traffic parked at Halifax. I'm assuming it's not a super busy airport, but 14, I see 15 right here. See a marshaller, very nice. Beep. Here we are. Parking brake is on. Transponder can come off. The APU is running. Beacon, seat belt. There we go. Let's request deboarding. Alright, well, thanks for joining us. This was a little less stressful for me. Maybe a little less eventful for you guys, but I'm sure that's the nature of the random failures. You know, I like to keep them random so that I'm really like you. I don't know exactly what to expect. Yes, we knew what group of failure, like the autoflight and the hydraulic, and that's mostly what we got. Let me see if I can actually figure out the failures we got. They should be visible in the EFB, even if it's not where they got triggered. So we got a rudder trim channel 2 failure, AP1 did fail on us, and the blue reservoir overheated. I mean, not super critical. It's a little tricky for me to find the right balance between not enough failure and too many failure. That's why initially I'm excluding some of the fire and engine. I think there's a lot more value in learning about some of the other systems. So once again, thanks for joining. Don't forget to hit the like button so that next time, if we reach 10% of likes compared to the number of viewers, we get some additional failures, including maybe some brake failures or gears, or some of the control surface get locked or jammed. And so we never know what's coming up. So once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining the live stream. If you're watching the stream after the fact, thanks for catching up, and I'll see you in the next episode. See you.